Thanks for joining us today for our first monthly podcast. I'm Saraswati Ganeshan.
Hello everyone, my name is Taragaram. Thanks for watching our podcast. This is the first monthly podcast that we are publishing. Why podcast, first of all? Podcast is something that we normally do to communicate any progress or update that what we like. Arul Mariamman Temple in Dallas for Samayapuram Mariamman. Most of you must have heard about this temple, but people who closely watch us in WhatsApp and Facebook, they know what's happening, what we are doing, what are the progress we are making. But people outside of these social media where we are connected regularly, we want them to be fully aware of what we are doing. That's the main objective. We are bringing this podcast to you all. And another thing, there are a lot of questions outside how this thing started, who started, when it started. So we are trying to address most of these things so that we can make things more transparent and visible about the organization and the initiative. That's the whole intention of this podcast. In our first podcast, we just want to give you some general overview about the temple and the initiative. So for the first time viewers, what we wanted to say is Arulmigu Mariamman Temple for Samayapuram Mariamman. Along with her, we are also bringing Kaval Devam and Kuladeva Valipadu for Natar Devangal like Karupanasamy, Ayyanar, Munishwaran. And this process is going to continue and evolve to connect the next generation. The look and feel of the temple, the multicolor Panchavarna Gopuram, and the architectural and the paintings what we are going to have will be resonate and will be very similar to what you see in back home. And people who visited Samayapuram Mariamman at Trichy, you will see a lot of paintings on the wall about the Mariamman. We are trying to bring in all those kind of local connects and the story that you can bring back from your childhood. And the next slide is more about the offerings and services.
In temple offering and services, we are just going to keep the originality of Samayapuram Mariamman, where they follow Poochuridal, Pachai Patni Viradam, Pongal Padaithal, Thiruvizha, everything will be there, along with folk deities.
Yep. I'm sure people who came for August 4th Kool Thiruvizha that we offered Kool, which is most important thing in the month of Aadi Masam for Amman. This custom will continue not only once in a year, we are trying to do this multiple times in a year. The next thing I want to give a quick update about the temple site. This temple is going to be constructed in a city called Quinlan, which is 45 miles from Frisco, Plano, and from other cities might be like 60 miles. So the driving distance is approximately 1 hour from all the major cities within TFW. And what you see here, this is the site, and the borderline what you see in blue, this is the exact land that is located next to the Lake Tavakoni. In this land, the first phase of the construction which is going to happen, we have allotted 5 acres of land in this particular site for the temple construction. And what you see in the next picture, this is the temple diagram, the layout diagram, which we got from our Stabadi Ayya, Mr. Selvanatha Stabadi, who is from Mr. Ganapati Stabadi family. This is how in the future the temple is going to look like. This is just an initial view for you all. So that's pretty much about the temple at a very high level. If you want to join the temple site to get more update on a frequent basis, you can join our Facebook with the QR code that you see on the screen. Thanks.
Thank you everyone. I will invite Vidya Adiman to give an update for the month of August.
I'm here to present the August 2024 podcast. Let's just quickly look into the August events, like what all we have done from our temple side. So when we started about this temple, right, when we discussed it with the friends and family, we were like waiting for, okay, what is the right time to present to the public, right, about our temple. What else is more precious than the month of Aadi? On the event day, I think, about 450 families registered for the event, and there were about 1,200 plus attendees were expected on the day of event. So on that day, there were about 850 people who attended the event, and then there were about 300 plus walk-ins. So on the whole, we had about 1,100 plus attendees who attended the event. I think a lot of people were waiting, like we were missing what we used to get back home. We were missing the core and that Aadi month feel here in US. So people were really happy when they get to, when they got that experience here in US. And let's quickly hear about the event feedback and the fundraising updates from Thara.
Coming to the event feedback. In any event, feedback is very important for us to improve and do better next time. So we have very carefully looked at what is the feedback that we got across all the different aspects during the event. Let me start with the first, communication. We got a very open feedback that the reach wasn't enough. Not many people in Dallas were aware of this Aadi Thiruvizha. So we took that very serious, and we have taken the right action and the remedy in order to solve the problem. So we are giving only 1 star as a feedback for the reach. Number 2, the vendor booths and the stalls which we had, I would say their sale was not that great. They said it is okay. So we definitely take that feedback about the vendor stalls and their sales, and we will look at how better we can do next time in order to make sure that we have unique vendors during these kind of events so that everyone can benefit. The third item is fundraising. Even though the Aadi Thiruvizha is an announcement of the temple and the fundraising event, we wanted to make sure that people come and enjoy the event and they do whatever they can. So we kept the floor open that day with 2 fundraising booths. People can come forward and do whatever the kind of donation they want to make. So I wouldn't say the fundraising was that great, but definitely we appreciate every donor who came forward and supported and helped us. So I would give, the committee would give like 3 star for the fundraising. Overall, event management was great. It was all going on the right phase and the right sequence. We had slight delays sometime here and there between the events, but that is expected in any event. So we would give like 4 star for that. We all thought the one best thing or like couple of best thing that happened during the event is the cool and the prasadam that everyone who came for the event got, and the overall satisfaction, because a lot of people really felt that they were celebrating this event like how they did at the back home during Aadi Masam and one of the Mariamman temple. That was the feedback we got, with a lot of people coming and openly appreciating us and all the volunteers and the committee members who were on the ground doing and helping this event. So that's how we would rate these feedback from 1 star to 5 star.
Thanks, Tara. Thanks for the details on the event feedback. So as you all heard, right, from Tara, we just got 1 star on the reach. We came up with a strategy of having a brand ambassador for every city, right? So as of today, we have like from 20 plus cities, we have brand ambassadors. So if any of you who is hearing this podcast, if you are interested, doesn't matter where you live, inside Texas, outside Texas, doesn't matter, please reach out to our team. After the Koozh Thiruvizha, many people ask what next, right? What is the next event? So then we were like, okay, we all brainstormed. Then we came up with, okay, so our next big religious event would be a Mega Vilakku Poojai, right? So you will hear it soon from our religious committee. So I'm not going to get into the details of it. And spread the message during the festival season. We are getting into Navaratri. So we need your help to spread the word during this festive season. There is, when it comes to fundraising, especially about the temple, there is no small amount, there is no big amount. If you can contribute just $1 per day, you are welcome to do it. That goes a long way. There are like more other ways like square feet and then deity contribution, like you can do all that. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Please feel free to reach out to our team. They'll be able to help you with all the details where you can help us out. So these are the updates from the month of August, and I would like to pass it on to the religious committee team where they will give more details about the upcoming event of Mega Vilakku Poojai.
One more thing, Vidya, I wanted to share before we invite the religious committee about the BKM event. I want to take this opportunity to thank Meenakshi Amman Temple Board and Bharadiyar Kalai Mandram, because the kind of support and the kind of gratitude they showed us over these 2 days was immense. I want to thank a lot of people at this time, like Mr. Sam Kannapanaya, the board members and the trustees of Meenakshi Amman Temple, Perumal, Mr. Perumal, and
It was a great pleasure to meet Mr. Manjunath sir, our General Consulate of Indian Embassy.
Visited our booth and he spent quite a good time with us, spending and understanding about Samayapuram Mariamman temple that we are going to build here in Dallas. It was quite a good interaction with him. He showed real interest of knowing about this temple, and he said he will come and meet us sometime, and whenever we come to Houston, he gave the personal invite to come and meet him and share the progress updates. And we met Mr. Shankar Anna, Mr. Naga Ganeshan sir. So we met quite a few people, so I want to take this opportunity to thank them. Thanks Vidya for the update.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for the detailed update.
Let's quickly move on to the fundraising status. As part of our transparency and complete visibility to everyone, we want to bring this update on a monthly basis to you. So the target, you all know that we have kept this target in like two phases. Phase 1 is 1.8 million just for the phase 1, that is excluding the land. The land is approximately 450k. That is the kind of the target that we have. Within that 450k, we have hit 400k and the land has been acquired and it is available. The 50k, the gap that you see there, that is more for the land development and survey and plotting and subdividing the land. So whatever is needed for that subdivision and getting the land ready for the construction is what the 50k, the gap we have. And the phase 1 construction, the target is 1.8 million and the gap is 1.53 million approximately. That means we got a fundraising commitment which is close to 270k approximately. We got the commitment as of the month of August. Within the 270k, if you see the pie chart, that it will give you a clear breakup that 118k is the clear green dollar that we got in account, and $160,000 approximately, it's a commitment and a pledge that we got as of August end of August. So we still have a gap. 1.53 million is the gap we have and we are working towards that. Phase 2 is completely a different engagement after the phase 1 construction with the target of 5 million for the main temple. So we are not focusing at this time for the long-term temple for the phase 2. The current focus is mostly for the phase 1 construction, which includes the deities, all the stone work and the sculpture work that needed for the main temple, and the phase 1 Balalayam, which is the structure to start the temple with Utsava Murtis for all the goddess. And also we have included the outdoor Nata Devangal like Munishwaran Ayyanar to be completed as part of our phase 1. That's the update about the fundraising and the finance where we are now.
Thank you, Vidya, for giving us an update. After the great success of our Aadi Thiruvizha, we are going to announce our next event, Thiru Vilakku Poojai. And I'm with Saranya Gopalakrishnan, who is our religious committee. So she is going to take care of the Thiru Vilakku Poojai details. I will hand over to her.
Hello everyone, this is Saranya. I'm one of the trustee in the temple. I represent the religious committee. Our next event, Thiru Vilakku Poojai, is scheduled on November 15th, evening 6:30 to 8:30 at Elegance Ballroom, located in Plano. To participate in the Thiru Vilakku Poojai, you can register through the QR code on the flyer or through our website arulmegumariammanusa.org. For each participant, we will provide puja kit and also prasadam from Samayapuram Mariamman temple. So registered participants have to bring their vilakku, tambalam, utrani and dubadibaka. With all your participation, that will bring great support for us to build the temple. Thank you.
Thank you, Saranya. Now I'm going to introduce about our monthly magazine Arul Maari, and Srikanth, who is our trustee, is going to explain about the magazine. So let's welcome Srikanth.
Thank you, Saraswati. I'm Srikanth Tirumala. I'm blessed to be part of this temple engagement. I'm very happy to launch our monthly magazine Arul Maari. What it means is shower of blessings. Let me go and look at what is going to be in the monthly magazine. we want you to be engaged fully with us, right? When what does that mean to you is you are going to share your divine stories with us. So everybody has their own experiences with Amma. So we all want you to share those experiences, and we want to publish in our magazine so that we are closely tied in and spiritually connected. Going forward, I'm going to say, how are we engaging towards different age groups as well? We want to pass it that spirituality and culture to our young generations who are actually doing a research on the articles and coming out of with their experiences, with their synopsises out of every month with a glimpse of their research. Kids age group where they want to also participate, putting their drawing. So last but not least, so we are also going to do some good recipes which is going to be published monthly basis on this tasty recipes. Keep looking at this magazine, and we are going to share this digital link of this magazine, and if you want to get into the details, you still can download this magazine and see you all in next one. Tara, let's move on to the next session, our Q&A.
Yeah, so why we have this session is over the last few months we got several questions, Srikanth. Some of the questions are very repetitive. I just want to take care of those questions first. Number one question which we frequently got is this temple open? When we can come and visit the temple?
Yeah, this is quite oftenly asked question.
Exactly.
I have seen multiple people asking this.
That shows how many people are very much eager that the temple is there and they wanted to come and visit the temple. Absolutely. But the ground reality is we are not there yet.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We just launched and we are looking for everyone's support. By God's grace, she is there and she is helping us and moving in the right direction. We are still under development of the land. Very soon we are going to do something in our land so that you all can come and visit and you can take blessings from Ammavaru, Samayapuram Mariamman. But wait for that kind of communication to happen. Without that communication, I don't want any of you to go to the land after spending 1 hour of driving from wherever you are and getting disappointed oh, there is nothing there. Yes, we don't have anything now. We have the land, but we want to do everything in the right manner. So we will do something very soon. Please stay tuned and we will let you know. So on the next question, Srikanth, what we repeatedly got is how can I donate and how can I be part of this initiative? We are very thankful for all the donors who have extended their support. The contribution can be made in different ways, financially and volunteering to some of the events.
Absolutely. And we need all their support because every drop will make it like an ocean, right?
Exactly.
So that's how we are going to achieve this.
Yes. So just to answer some of the people who are asking how to donate and how to contribute, you can visit our website arulmigumariammanusa.org. We will put that link in the description of the podcast. You can take it from there, or on the screen you can see the website. You can definitely go there. There is a button called donate and there are multiple categories there. Pick and choose which you want and where you want to contribute for this temple, and please do your contribution. Any support, as Srikanth said, is going to be a great help in our journey. Yeah, so these are the top two repetitive questions. I think we will put very soon the FAQs in our website, Srikanth, so that we can go through all of that. Due to the time constraint, let's limit some of the other questions what we receive for this podcast. So we announced people to submit their questions every month before 25th of each month, so that we can take and we can progress and we can give the response in our podcast, which will get released first week of the following month. So there are 4 other questions which we got for the month of August. I'm going to read the first question, Srikanth.
Go ahead. I'm very excited to hear. So,
what are the Kuladevam and Kavaldevam in your temple? There are many Kuladevams. How are you going to accommodate everyone? It's a very genuine question.
It's a fair question, yeah.
And everyone wanted to know, my Kuladevam is different and your Kuladevam is different. When you say that, how are you going to accommodate all these things, right? See, we had the same question. When we thought about making Samayapuram Mariamman temple along with Kuladevam and Kavaldevam Valipadu, it is a very big big area for us to cover. How are we going to get into the narrow of that few god and goddesses, right? So what we thought, as part of our religious advisors and the religious followers who gave some guidance to us, let's start with some of the major folk deities and Kaval Devams, like Ayyanar, Munishwaran, Karupannasamy. Karupannasamy is already part of Samayapuram Mariamman temple, so he is there by default inside the temple. So we extended that Valibadu to Munishwaran and Ayyanar. So what we wanted to say is, yes, there are several other Kuladevams and Kaval Devams, but we are starting with them, and as we progress with God's blessing, we will be doing so many other goddess and gods for us to continue to worship them. But the plan is, when you start, you cannot give a statue way of worshipping for everyone. For example, Ayyanar. In Ayyanar, the superior of Ayyanar is Sorimuthu Ayyanar. We are going to give a statue Valibadu for Sorimuthu Ayyanar, and for all the other Rubams of Ayyanar, avatars of Ayyanar, we are going to give a Nadukal Valibadu, which is the stone way of worshipping the god, which is the way the people in the olden days, they worship the god in a stone form. Even now, if you go to your hometown to do a Kuladeva Puja, your parents or your grandmas, they might not have a temple. They will just take a rock and they will put manjal kungumam on it, and they will start worshipping that rock as a god, as a Kuladevam. So we will give the statue way of Valibadu for the Sorimuthu Ayyanar. I'm just giving an example, right? For other avatars of Rubams of Ayyanar, we will do a Nadukal Valibadu. Like that, we will do Jodi Valipad. If you don't know who is your Kuladevam, or if you don't have a statue of your Kuladevam when you visit there, the Jodi is what you're going to worship as Kuladevam as a starting. As we move forward, as we grow and we expand, our goal is to incorporate and make sure to get a lot of other deities and the statues of other Kuladevams. That is our goal. So it's a great question. I think we are making justice for the beginning of this journey. As we move forward, we will make sure as much as possible we will bring other deities as well.
So a lot of details, Tara. Thank you so much, and this helps for everyone to set the stage and move forward, right?
Yeah. So another question, we don't see the committee details in your website. Yes, we know that because the website we have released in a phased manner. The website is not fully ready yet. The team is working behind the scene to publish every page as we making progress. And the question is, update the details so people know who are the point of contacts of this organization. It's a very valid question.
Yeah, it is.
I just want to make one thing clear to everyone. As part of the vision and goal of our whole initiative, Srikanth, the committee, the board, this is all just for the paper.
Absolutely.
Okay, just for the paper. And we said very clearly, this is 100% a devotee-led organization. None of us carry any organization or any individuality into this. We are all devotees. Anyone can be part of this organization. That's what our stand is. At this time, just for the paper and the formalities and things like that, we have a structure, we have a hierarchy which we need to follow, and that will also help us to make some decisions, getting approvals, following the bylaws and things like that. For that reason, we are just making sure. So at this time, to make it more transparent, the organization's president is Saraswati Ganeshan, and the vice president of this organization is Vidya Adiman. Bala Shakti Kumar is our secretary. Taragaram Bashyam is the treasurer. It's myself. And we have Srikanth, who is our ethical advisor and one of the trustee of our organization. And you all met Saranya Gopalakrishnan, who is our trustee of the religious organization. We have a very limited team at this time, and we are growing, and we are looking forward everyone's support to be part of this organization. So that's what the committee, very soon we will make sure the website is updated.
So I like the devotee-led organization, what you said, Tara, because like all our volunteers, there is nothing from the structure side, but still they want to support and participate and be part of this temple, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's a great call out. Yeah.
And the next question is, what is brand representative program and how we can be part of it? As Vidya said earlier, this is one of the feedback which we try to address by appointing or by requesting our devotees who can spread the message to different cities where they live. We cannot go beyond certain boundaries now, so we limited ourselves to DFW and we handpicked the 22 major cities within DFW, someone to come forward and be a point of contact who can take and spread this message. That's why we started this brand representative program. And as part of that program, we want to thank a lot of people. We have more than 30 people today who signed up to be a brand representative, and this team is growing, and every week 1 or 2 people are coming and telling that I want to be part of this program. The objective of this program, they are going to be a communicator of our organization, of our temple, to their local communities and friends and families who live in that particular area. Like we onboarded people from Melissa, Prosper, Selina, Fort Worth, Frisco, Plano, Copal, Irving, Mansfield, Rockwall, Fate, Forney, like that the list goes on.
People are very much excited and they want to be part of this.
Exactly, that's another very good point which you raised. I want to address that also. We are telling this is the first Mariamman temple with Kuladevam and Kaval Deva Valipadu, but I want to make it very clear for the audience who are listening to this podcast. There is a temple for Mariamman in Florida, there is a temple for Mariamman in Queens, New York, and there is another temple for Mariamman in New York. What we are telling is, this is the first Mariamman temple with Kuladevam and Kaval Deva Valipadu, like Ayyanar, Munishwaran, to do the Netikaran, they can come and do their offering to their Kuladevam and Kaval Devam. That kind of an environment is not there, is what we are telling. So people shouldn't mistake that this is the first temple that we are building in US for Mariamman. That is not we are trying to convey. There are temple already exist in Florida, New York and other places. What we are claiming for Samayapuram Mariamman with Kuladevam and Kaval Devam, this is the first kind of an initiative that we are doing, which we can forward or transfer to the next generation for them to do.
Thank you, Tara. Thanks for summarizing that and make clear, clarifying it, right? It's basically,
because that's a very common thing people might not ask.
Absolutely,
but they have this question, so I just want to clarify that.
No, absolutely.
Let's look at what the other question. The other question is like, are you planning to do another Kol Thiruvila? And in the near future, or will it be like once in a year, like during the Aadi Masam, like that time? So the question, the very good question. We want to do more of this thing, but Aadi Masam is the auspicious month for Ammavaru and Mariamman. So that's the reason we started that, but it's not going to be once in a year. We are going to do a lot of things like this, but it will be more on a temple site. We are working on that so that we can engage people, they can come and they can do some like offerings and some pujas in the temple site. We are working on that. We are working with our Stabadiyaya and our religious advisors. Once we have that setup ready, I am sure we are going to do a lot more cool Thiruvilas or cool offering prasadams in our temple site going forward. I think we are coming almost to the end of the podcast. One last thing I want to give as a message from our organization. As I said, this organization is very flat and it's been transparent and open for everyone. Like this, we are going to give a monthly feedback or monthly update to you all in 2 different ways. One is through our monthly magazine, Arul Maari, as Srikanth said earlier. Second is through this podcast. And if you have any questions, there are a lot of things in the social media going on, in the Facebook going on, like people are raising questions like how did this started, who initiated this and all. I would say very openly and very honestly, this is a kind of a divine message that we got in order to get this and take it to the next level. And people who were involved and why they are not here, and there are a lot of questions about coming to me directly. If you have any questions like that, please reach out to us. You have our contact details. There is an email ID. If you have any questions about any of those things, like who were there, why they are not there, how did this started, and how this message came and all that, we want to be completely transparent and sharing information with you. And we have everything to show you and to tell you what happened in the past. We don't want anything going behind the scene and people talking about it and spreading anything wrong, because this is a true initiative which is led by devotees like us. We don't want any spoilers or any bad messaging going behind us. So please reach out to us if you have any questions. And we really appreciate you all staying with us and enjoying this podcast. I hope you all enjoy it. And we'll meet you all in the next podcast.
With a lot of questions. and
Much more questions. Let's see. We want to thank Saravanan from Tamil Kuil FM. It is North America's Tamil FM channel that he is running, and the FM channel name is Tamil Kuil FM. It is so nice and melody to my ears when I hear that name.
Absolutely.
And he's been kind enough to extend the space and this platform for us to come and give the podcast today. And on behalf of the entire committee and our organization, we both want to thank Saravanan for making this happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Saravanan.
Shravan.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your support.